Unit 13. The weather. Lesson 1. What's the summer like? 2. Listen and understand. 1.
And here is the weather forecast for tomorrow for cities around the world. In Bangkok, it will be cloudy for most of the day. However, there will be some showers in the afternoon and evening. And it's going to be another hot day with a high of 36 degrees. Wow! So perhaps not the best day for jogging, but a good day for shopping inside, in air conditioning.
2.
And for those of you going to Chicago, don't forget to take your warm clothes because there's going to be heavy snow overnight and strong winds during the day. I guess that's why they call it the Windy City. And it's going to be a very cold day with a high temperature of only 2 degrees.
3.
If you are lucky enough to be in Miami tomorrow, get ready for the beach. It's going to be a fine, clear day. There'll be no rain and very little wind, so it'll be a great day to be outdoors. Don't forget your sunscreen. Temperatures will reach 29 degrees.
4.
In Beijing, it's going to be a clear day with lots of sunshine, so it will be a great chance to do some sightseeing for all you lucky tourists. But you will need to take some warm clothing because it's going to be pretty cold, around 11 degrees for most of the day.
5.
And finally, in London, you'll need your umbrella tomorrow because there are going to be heavy showers throughout the day and strong winds as well. The high for the day will be around 15 degrees, so you'll need your jackets as well.
3. Listen and understand. 1.
Are you affected by the weather a lot, Sam?
Oh, definitely, Rie. I feel much happier on sunny days than on rainy days.
Me too.
When it rains, I find it difficult to get going, and I don't seem to have much energy. Just getting out of bed in the morning is hard, and I can't concentrate on things.
Same with me. Isn't that funny? If it rains for a while, I tend to get sad and depressed. It's really annoying.
2.
Do you like winters, Christina?
I like them a lot, Li Hong. I enjoy cold weather, and I love the snow. I like the change of seasons, you know? I wouldn't like to live in a country that doesn't have winters.
Really? I'm just the opposite.
What do you mean?
I love the summer, and I start to get depressed when I know the winter is coming. I'd love to live in a place like Thailand or someplace where it's warm all year round.
3.
How does the weather affect you, Ken?
Well, the kind of weather I hate is when it's windy for days and days. You know how we sometimes get those westerly winds? Don't you hate them, Marilyn?
I don't mind them. How do they affect you?
Well, they give me a headache for one thing. And I have trouble sleeping, too.
Huh, that's strange. Do any other kinds of weather affect you in the same way?
No, not really. Just windy weather. How about you?
Oh, I hate cold weather. It always gets me in a bad mood, and I feel tired all the time.
4.
Are you a summer person or a winter person, Young Jun?
Oh, I'm definitely a winter person.
You are?
Yes. In the summer, I don't have any energy, and the heat just makes me miserable. All I ever want to do is stay at home with the air conditioner on.
And in the winter?
Oh, in the winter, I love getting out and doing things. I ski and snowboard a lot. I'm much more active in general. How about you, Mei Hui?
Oh, I'm not like you at all. I'm very moody and irritable in the winter, but in the summer it's different. I always seem to be in a good mood.
4. Tune in, Part A. Similarities.
I feel much happier on sunny days than on rainy days.
Me too.
I feel much happier on sunny days than on rainy days.
Same with me.
I feel much happier on sunny days than on rainy days.
I'm just like you.
I feel much happier on sunny days than on rainy days.
I'm just the same.
Differences.
I enjoy cold weather, and I love the snow.
I'm just the opposite.
I enjoy cold weather, and I love the snow.
I'm not like you at all.
I enjoy cold weather, and I love the snow.
Not me.
4. Tune in, Part B. 1.
My favorite season is the fall. I just love the cooler weather and the leaves changing.
I'm just like you. It's definitely my favorite time of the year.
2.
I really don't like July and August. It's always so hot and humid.
I'm just the opposite. I like those months because I can go to the beach often.
3.
I get really moody in the winter. I don't know why. I just don't feel good.
I'm just the same. Each year, I can't wait for the winter to end.
4.
I don't know why people like summer. I think spring is much nicer.
Me too. I like the warm weather and all the flowers.
5.
I'm always so cold in the office because of the air conditioning.
Same with me. I have to wear a sweater, even in the summer.
6.
I love it when it snows.
Not me. It's so cold, and the streets get slippery.
Unit 13. The weather. Lesson 2. What terrible weather we're having. 2. Listen and understand. 1.
Okay, everyone. The topic today is how weather affects the houses we build. Why don't we begin with Rangzi?
Well, in Cambodia, some people live on houseboats.
On houseboats? Really?
Yes. During the rainy season, it rains almost every day, and there are a lot of floods. But living on a houseboat will keep you safe and dry.
I see.
Some places even have schools and stores on boats.
Even schools? That's amazing.
2.
What about you, Ali?
Well, in Oman, it gets very hot during the day, about 48 degrees sometimes, but it is quite cool at night.
48 degrees? Wow.
Yes, it's very hot. So people live in houses with very thick walls and with small windows. That helps keep the houses cool inside during the day, but warm at night.
That's interesting. Thank you, Ali.
3.
Now, how about Indonesia, Dewi? Any unusual houses in your country?
Well, where I live, it's hot all year.
All year? Really?
Yes. So, to keep the houses cool, people in the villages sometimes build houses above the ground on wooden poles.
Right. On stilts.
Yes, stilts. This way, the wind underneath can keep the houses cooler.
4.
Okay, let's hear about Austria now. Marta?
Yes, in Austria, it's very cold in the winter, and there are a lot of snowstorms. In the countryside, houses have thick stone walls to keep the cold out and the heat in.
That sounds similar to the houses in Oman.
Yes, thick walls are the best protection from extreme temperatures. Our houses also have steep roofs so that the snow will fall off of them.
I see.
3. Listen and understand. 1.
Welcome to the program, everyone. Today, we are talking about bad weather. Have you ever experienced really bad weather and had a lucky escape? Well, if you've got a story to share, give us a call at 1-800-WEATHER. That's 1-800-WEATHER. Okay, here's our first caller. What's your name, please?
Oh, hi. It's Michael.
And what's your story, Michael?
Well, I was in a tornado about a year ago when I was living in Texas.
Wow, a tornado! You are lucky! How did you escape that?
Well, I'd gone down to the basement to play my drums, and then the tornado hit. I had no idea what all the noise was outside, so I got very scared. Luckily, my dog was with me too. When it passed, we went upstairs, and there was a lot of damage. All the windows were broken.
Wow.
2.
Okay, our next caller is Justin. And what's your story about, Justin?
It's about hail. I was riding my bicycle down to a park nearby when it started to rain heavily. Then suddenly, it started to hail. The pieces of ice were so big as tennis balls.
Tennis balls? That's hard to believe.
Luckily, there was a store nearby, so I went in to wait for the hail to stop. I called my parents to see if they were okay, too.
3.
Yes, go ahead, caller.
Hi, my name's Na Young, and my escape story happened in Korea last summer. It rained very heavily for a few days, and there was a bad flood.
A flood? That must have been frightening.
Yes, it was. Most of the people left the town, but we decided to stay because we thought our house was safe. But suddenly, the water started coming into our house, and we couldn't leave because there was too much water outside. So we went upstairs to the roof and waited for the water to go down.
And how high did the water come?
Right up to our feet, and we had to stay there all night. But the next morning, the water went down, and we were able to go downstairs again.
4. Tune in. Part A.
They even have schools on the water.
Even schools? That's amazing.
It gets very hot during the day. About 48 degrees.
48 degrees? Wow.
The pieces of ice were so big as tennis balls.
Tennis balls? That's hard to believe.
4. Tune in. Part B. 1.
It gets dark by 4 o'clock in the winter here.
By 4 o'clock? That's hard to believe.
2.
In my country, we get snow for 6 months during the year.
For 6 months? That's amazing!
3.
When I was a kid, our house was destroyed by a typhoon.
A typhoon? Wow.
4.
It's really foggy where I live. We can get fog for over 100 days a year.
100 days? That's amazing.
5.
Summer in New Zealand begins in December.
In December? Wow.
6.
The temperature in my hometown is the same all year. It never changes.
Never changes? That's hard to believe.